Hi everyone! Today we'll be discussing our completed collection of national flag reviews. Welcome to part 2 of this discussion. Be sure to check out part 1 if you haven't already. Today we're going to talk about the 5 principles of flag design, which form the basis of our reviews. These principles were written by Ted Kay of the North American Vexillological Association. The 5 principles are the following. Keep it simple, use meaningful symbolism, use 2 to 3 colors which contrast well. Do not use any lettering, seals, or coat of arms, and finally, be distinctive or related. We decided to give equal weight to these principles from the beginning. We gave each flag a score out of 10 for each principle, and then we divided by 5 to get the average overall score for each flag. While the principles worked out great overall for us, we discovered one problem in particular which frustrated us when reviewing some of the flags. The problem has to do with simplicity, and the fact that some very complicated flags ended up achieving scores which we thought were higher than they should have been. Before we give an example, we will be revealing scores for flags here, so consider this a spoiler alert. This is the flag of Turkmenistan. It managed to get an overall score of 6 out of 10. While not an amazing score, it was nevertheless a pretty good score considering how complicated the design is. While it scored 0 for the first principle of simplicity and also for color, due mostly to contrast issues, it achieved top scores for symbolism, not having a coat of arms or writing, and also for being distinctive. The main reason Turkmenistan got a reasonable score compared with other complicated flags was because of Principle 4. Many flags, such as Spain, have a detailed coat of arms, which automatically meant it got 0 out of 10 for Principles 1 and 4, and as a result, ended up achieving a much lower overall score than Turkmenistan. During the making of our National Flag Review series, we wondered about this problem. Perhaps we could have given different weights to each principle, but that would have given rise to other problems. Another solution might have been to join Principles 1 and 4 and to score this new amalgamated principle out of 20. However, we think the best solution would have been to redefine Principle 4. As well as writing, seals, and coats of arms, the principle should also include any other detailed symbols, emblems, and patterns. Adding these to the definition of Principle 4 would have meant Turkmenistan getting 4 out of 10 instead of 6, which in our opinion would have been a fairer score when comparing it to other flags. Moving on. Principle 2 also presented a bit of an overall issue for us. We had many great flag designs from a visual perspective, but they lacked symbolism. This affected many old flags, especially European ones. It meant we had quite a lot of flags that scored around 8 out of 10 or slightly higher, despite having flags with a great design. Perhaps Principle 2 should have been given less weight in our scoring system, but then again, we believe symbolism is an important aspect of a flag. These flags represent nations, and we believe there should be meaningful symbolism attached to the flag's design. So while it was somewhat frustrating to take marks away from great-looking flags, we think it was the right call overall. This completes part 2 of this series. Stay tuned for part 3, where we'll be discussing each of the 5 principles in more detail and the issues we had with them. Remember to subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.